your victory is guaranteed. Now, because some of us live a lifestyle of trusting God, we are not surprised when we get the victory. We are never caught off guard when God blesses us, promotes us, sends us better, does for us the good measure, the press, the shaking, and the right. What did the Bible say of God? That he is the author and finisher of our what? Faith. That means what God starts in me. Come on, somebody. He's well able to finish or complete. Tell somebody, God will never start something in you that he can't finish or complete. Come on. Never get you into something. Never allow us to get into something that he's unable to pull us out of. No. But we have to learn how to wait without getting tired. Don't become reluctant to finish. Because when you start becoming reluctant to finish, you're looking for an escape route. You're looking for a way out. Because you don't think that God is going to do for you what he promised you he would do. You're beginning to get reluctant when it comes to finishing. Number two, notice this, that we begin to lose interest. Imagine that God has promised to do something. He's not a man that he should lie. According to Malachi 3:6, he is the Lord and he changes not. According to Hebrews 13:8, Jesus Christ the same yesterday, today, and forever. So I know it's going to happen if I trust him. But I'm losing interest. No longer looking for what God said would happen to happen. No longer looking for it. Woo! Started out looking for houses. 18 months in, no house. Somebody tell you about a new neighborhood they built. But because you lost interest, you don't even ride over there to see it. See, you've lost interest. God says he's going to promote you on the job. No need to move. He's going to do what he's going to do right there. But when you start getting tired, especially when folk putting pressure on you, you're feeling mistreated, undervalued, underpaid. If you're not careful, you'll lose interest in the promotion that he promised. Pastor, why you say it like that? Because the Bible said that the promotions come from above. Oh God, yeah. See, y'all, you mess up when you just depend on man to promote you. See, because man will promote you, yeah. But if you don't do what he said, he'll pull you down. Man will promote you, then turn around and get jealous of the promotion he gave you. But when God, oh Lord, when God promotes you, when God raises you up, folk can have a problem with what he done, but ain't nothing they can do about it. Why? Because you know this promotion came from above. Come on. But when you start losing interest, you're no longer even expecting to get the promotion. Matter of fact, you talking about leaving. Listen to that. God said he's going to promote you right here. But because you done got tired of waiting, you lost interest. And now you're looking to go somewhere else. Woo! God said we're going to do a particular thing in your life. So he told you get a room ready. Get a room ready for what I'm about to do. Clean out this garage for what I'm about to do. Make this room into a baby room. Make this room into a child's room. Go ahead and do this right here. And you started picking out your stuff. You started painting. Whoa! But because you lost interest, because your biological clock is tick, 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 and ticking, the room is half painted. You are no longer looking for certain things. Because the truth be told, you have lost interest. You have become tired of waiting. Proverbs 10:24, the fear of the wicked will come upon him, and the desire, watch this, of the righteous will be granted. Who are righteous people? Who are righteous people? Because these are the ones that their desires are going to be granted. Number one, receive that the righteous equates children of God. Children of God. Children of the Most High. Righteous also means Christians. Christians equate believers, the faithful ones, the upright. But notice, the righteous, when it comes to their desires, he's plain. If you know you're righteous, it's going to be granted. Why are you going to argue with Scripture? The righteous don't fight Scripture. The righteous don't fight the will of God. If you know you are righteous, then you also know what God promised you. You're going to have it. I said, you're going to have it. You're going to have it all. See, I don't want just a little bit will do me. God never told me I'm going to give you a little bit to do you. No, he never said that to me. And so since I know that I'm righteous, I know what I've asked him for. That's according to his word and his will for my life. It's going to be granted. I'm going to have it. No doubt about it. No doubt in my mind. I've removed all doubt. I know that I'm righteous. I know it's going to happen for me. But guess what? Because I'm righteous, I also know some other folk that are righteous, and I know certain things going to happen for them as well. Why? I'm not a selfish person. Some of y'all go through stuff, and God will let me know, hey, she good. I got them. They righteous. I'm going to do what they say. I'm working it out. I'm in the midst. Come on, somebody. But what we need to learn this morning is that when it comes to the righteous, we are not perfect people. Because if you ain't careful, we do this thing where we're looking for something, but God forbid we should err or fall or what have you. Now we disqualify ourselves from getting the promise. Wait a minute. Who told you you was perfect? God ain't made not one promise based upon the perfection of humanity. Not us. That's a trick of demons. Talk you out of your blessing because he make you feel undeserving. You ain't dotted every I. You ain't crossed every T. So don't expect God to do that for you. But you better learn that it ain't one perfect person in this sanctuary. Do you hear me? And God ain't based the blessing on perfection. Let me show you that, because that's important. That's important. Listen now, because we don't wallow in sin. We don't mess up and then lay around and spin all in it. And God knows we don't keep trying to make the same mistake over and over. When you're doing that, you ain't righteous. But to think that the promise was based upon your perfection, oh, I got to teach this thing. I got to teach this. I don't deserve it. You better stop. You better stop that. Look at Proverbs 25. Look at Proverbs 25. I used to do it. Years ago, stuff get to happen at the house. I get to run in my mouth. By the time I'm done, I done killed everything in the house. I used to do stuff like that. Look at how we doing. God ain't going to do this for us. Call this, and I'm killing everything. I'm killing everything. And I remember First Lady with her look, she'll be in her nice voice then because she could tell like, oh, Lord help him. She'll just say stuff like, but we done come a long way. And I'd be like that coach you see on TV where the team up 54 points at halftime, but he cussing everybody out like they losing. And the boy Adam said, Coach, we are winning, ain't we? And she'd be like, but we done come a long way. I'd be like, it's that type of attitude. Because I was just trying to get everything. But God said it ain't going to be that way. Why, God? Because I'm going to use some of your falls to help your brother or to help your sister. See, y'all couldn't relate to me if I was a perfect pastor. But since you know in me lies imperfection, I often become your product. He did it for pastor, and he ain't got everything right. Surely he gonna do it for me. I gotta teach this right. I messed up money, repented. Do you know what God did? Gave me more money. I said, Lord, I know that's on me. But if you send some more my way, I'll do better with it. Do you know this was a process? Y'all don't hear me. Took me through a process. And see, some of you, he taking you through a process. Don't you get tired? But notice why. Notice this. Proverbs 25 in verse number 26. Listen what the word teaches. A righteous man who falters before the wicked is like a murky spring and a polluted well. A righteous man who falters before the wicked is like a murky spring and a polluted well. See, but notice this. He said a righteous man who falters, who stumbles, who errs. See, so he's letting the proverb writer letting us know that a righteous man or woman, listen, can falter, can stumble, can err. And see, as righteous people, we have to be careful, because when we stumble or falter too much before the wicked, we're polluted. And it'll mess up your testimony with people. When you're stumbling and falling and you don't care. See, somebody's watching you. If you stumble, if you err, let folk know, look, I care. And what do you want to do when you falter, when you stumble, or when you err? You want to learn. Learn. Be a learner. Don't kill yourself. Don't beat yourself up. Just get up and learn from where you faltered.